Isn't it nice when a game you've heard so much about actually lives up to the hype? Ooh boy, I had a good time with this one. Of course, first impressions were a little off-putting. At first glance I thought it just had an anime style, but when I actually played it, it turns out it's very anime, in a lot of ways, and not always the good ones.
Won't you at least show me how? Please, please, please.
Yeah, a lot of that. I was ready to write this game off from the get-go, but then the game itself starts. Oh ho ho, Neon White. You lost me in the first 5 minutes, then won me back in the next 10. When I am vibing with a game in the tutorial, you know it's going to be a good time. The feel of this game, the movement, it clicked right off the bat. By the end of the first chapter, I was in heaven. Incidentally, that's where this all takes place. Yes, the Christian afterlife, here presented like a swanky beach resort. Not sure if Milton or Dante would approve, but they're dead, so who cares? You're dead too. Your character, I mean. You are White, and that's also your name. A very bad man who is sent to hell, but now has a chance at redemption if he jumps through enough hoops to appease the heavens. Wasn't sure how to feel about him at first. I mean, he has a katana, and guys with katanas are either pretty cool or extremely uncool, so this was a coin flip. He's competing with other sinners called Neons, who are criminals in life and are also all named after colors, like some sort of sequel to Reservoir Dogs that's set in the afterlife. I'm only telling you the plot so that you can skip these sections if you want, cause yeah, the talking sections are the real low point of this game. You can thank me if you want by hitting that subscribe button, but we'll come back to the story. First, let's talk about the good stuff. The good stuff being the game, the platforming, the speedrunning. Streaking through these pristine environments, trying to get to the end and beat the clock. It's quick, simple, elegant. But you are being graded. Bronze, silver, gold, platinum. And if you're any kind of gamer at all, gold should be your baseline. Don't even bother with those lesser medals. But platinum is a bit of a challenge, and it hangs over you the whole time. It's like the game is telling you, you're good, kid, but you're not the best. And I'm like, I know. Also, I'm not a kid. I'm in my 30s. Once you start aiming for platinum, you start to notice some things. You start to notice little tricks and optimizations you can do. Better ways to jump, better ways to cut corners, shortcuts built into the levels. And when you notice that, you start to notice how well these levels are designed. They look simple, they're straightforward, but there's such a pure elegance to it. You never feel lost, you always know which way to go, but even for that, there's always little things to discover. And you always feel like there's a level of mastery hanging over your head that's just within reach, and that is enticing. But then we gotta go back to the story sections. I think in game design this is called bookending or something. Deliberately breaking up the pacing of the game to keep you from acclimating to one thing and change the flow, and well yeah, I guess it sure accomplishes that because I was having fun and now I'm doing this, so mission accomplished. You might have been granted a reprieve from hell, but enough of this and I'll go back there voluntarily. Thankfully, your main character has amnesia, which is usually a tired trope, but I'm pretty grateful for it here, because the last thing this game needed was more exposition. This all might sound kinda bad, but if anything, this is a testament to the gameplay, that these sections are still worth sitting through just so you can get back into it. And I guess we should say, what makes Neon White special? Well, several things, actually. First, I really admire how well it does first-person platforming. That is not easy to do. I mean, you can compare it to a game like Mirror's Edge, but Mirror's Edge feels like a Model T Ford compared to a modern F1 race car that is Neon White. That's pretty unfair. I mean, there's 16 years of game design in between the two of those titles, and it shows, but even modern games aren't great at this all the time. Looking at you, Ghost Runner. So props to them for that. That is a hell of an achievement. Secondly, it actually makes me want to replay levels. I mean, short levels and fast respawns really help with that, but you have to know me to know how rare this is. I play a lot of games, and I like to move on pretty quickly, and a game for me pretty much has to be at a 9 out of 10 minimum for me to even consider playing it twice, much less several times, but I'm actually willing to with Neon White. It makes replaying fun and interesting, and that's cool. And the third thing it does is it actually made me interested in speedrunning for the first time ever. I used to not get speedrunning. For me, it kind of seems like competitive cup stacking, in that I can appreciate the spectacle and I can understand how hard it is to do, but man do I have no interest in learning that myself. But I think I got a taste of it here, and I kinda get it. I get the appeal of beating the clock, of tweaking and optimizing and trying to do a little better each time. Neon White actually opened a window into a love of an entirely new sphere of gaming for me, and that I appreciate. Thank you. So all in all, yeah, fantastic time. I cannot rave about this enough. Ironically, for a game that's all about speed, I realize I was a little slow getting to this one, but it's freaking great. I highly recommend it. But anyway, my time with this is done. I'm gonna go play something else now. Take care, everybody.